The second oral communications will be limited to 30 minutes. The first 15 minutes will be for those in favor of the council considering to rescind the proclamation. The second 15 minutes will be for those in opposition of rescinding the proclamation. Again, the action taken this evening on items 17 and 18 is for the council to consider discussing these items at the next council session. So,
Madam Mayor, we have a lot of folks here tonight, and for the proclamation rescinding item, I would request and make a motion that it is moved to 1 hour, 30 or 3-minute increments, as you say, with the rules that you have applied.
We got a motion?
Motion.
Second.
So a motion for an extension of oral communications to 1 hour for the second half. In a second.
I second.
Please vote. Motion carries for 1 hour. The 1 hour will now be 30 minutes for each. I'm going to start with those who wish to address any other item on the agenda. Is there anyone who wishes to address any other item on the agenda?
Mayor, if I might, I editorialized, but I want to say something too.
Well, wait a minute. We're at oral communications.
I'm going to say this before we start here, rather than I want to echo.
So are you asking to be recognized?
I'd like to be recognized just to make a brief statement about oral communications.
In regards to the process?
No, in regards to how people need to kind of reiterate what you said about the way these
Well, that's already been said, that I want people to be respectful.
I understand that, but if you would indulge me.
I'm going to give you a minute.
Let's start timing.
And again,
But
it's because we have so much business to address.
I understand, but as an indictment to our educational system, I feel remiss if I don't explain to people the process of free speech. I got accused of allowing people to attack other people. I want to say something here for the record. Free speech is free speech, whether you like it or not. It kind of goes with the territory. I wouldn't stop anybody from saying anything, even if I could, because that's not the way the Constitution is written. I got 2 great quotes here. I want you to think about this. And when you come up to that podium, free speech is meant to protect unpopular speech. Popular speech, by definition, needs no protection. So, for you that feel something somebody else is saying is offensive, deal with it, because that's what goes with free speech, because they may well think that what you're saying is offensive. So you both need to be respectful of the other person's opinion. Second of all, ignorant free speech often works against the speaker. That is one of the several reasons why it must be given rein instead of suppressed. So if someone wants to go up there and make a jackass of themselves, let them make a jackass of themselves. They're not helping their causes. So like what the mayor said, I want everybody to have their say, like Councilman Hamilton, everyone to have their say. But I also want you to remember that it's a free country and you should all be able to have your say.
And I will say that I don't like using this. I really don't. But we've got to maintain order. And I'm going to ask that you please be respectful of that. Very correct in that when somebody comes during oral communications, say what you want to say. But let's move this in favor of the rescinding of the proclamation. And as a reminder, you will be given 3 minutes. Who wishes to come forward?
Mayor Rolla and council members, the council chambers have filled to overflowing twice in the past few weeks. Tonight, as we just witnessed, everybody's here to talk about the proclamation. The recorder has published many letters to the editor, several editorials by Rick Elkins, and at least 3 front-page stories at the same time. KTIP has discussed it on their morning shows 6 or 7 times and used it as a lead story. At least 2 television stations have run stories on this issue. Between all this coverage, between all the letters and email, the word on the street, the blogs, can we finally realize that this little proclamation is important to people in this community. And, in fact, important to people way beyond this community as witnessed here this evening. Yeah, they were just words that were spoken, just words that were written down and typed on a piece of paper. But so were the Magna Carta, so were the Declaration of Independence, so were the Sermon on the Mount, just words. But words mean things. And I'm getting kind of tired of being told on one hand it's only a proclamation, just let it go. And on the other hand, how vitally important it is that we make this kind of statement, which will somehow keep kids from hurting themselves, make the community a more inviting and nurturing place to live, and my favorite, bring us into the 21st century. The proclamation was important. It was so important that it divided this council and may have been the impetus, we'll find out tonight or in the next couple of weeks, it may have been the impetus for revising the way we do proclamations. It probably does need revision in any case because it was done in violation of the city's own charter. The proclamation bears the common and the official seal of the city of Porterville. Documents bearing these seals must have the approval of the majority of the council according to the charter of the city of Porterville. Is that a big deal? Not really. Has it ever been a big deal? No, because historically proclamations have been made to recognize contributions made by community organizations and community leaders. Nobody in the past has had a political agenda or tried to do social engineering through the issuing of proclamations. Because that's happened, it's going to ruin the innocence of an otherwise great process and invite criticism and new constraint. So it is a big deal because it's part of a greater social agenda that's trying to corrode the very foundations of this society. Don't believe for a minute that this stops with a simple proclamation. I want to again note that there is no hatred, no ill feelings against homosexual individuals. It is not about them. It's about government intrusion into our private lives and a smothering attitude of political correctness. I'm asking you to rescind the proclamation, and please don't make this mistake again. Thank you.
Mayor Barola and council members. I'm C.C. Townsend. We have Townsend Architectural Group here in Porterville. The proclamation was granted under the banner of fairness. On the front page of the Porterville Recorder today, the LGBTs launched a new group entitled Porterville Equality and Fairness for All, or PEFA. I am also in favor of fairness for all. Since we are all in agreement, if the mayor's proclamation is not rescinded, then under the banner of fairness and equality, I, as a heterosexual, would like a proclamation for July celebrating heterosexual pride. I can point to numerous contributions by heterosexuals such as the founding of our country, the Constitution of the United States of America, the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, just to name a few. Likewise, so there is no discrimination, I vote August to be Christian Heterosexual Pride Month. The Christians' contributions to this country, along with the heterosexual contributions, would be things such as the founding of major universities, such as Harvard and Yale, the emancipation of black slaves, our major hospitals, orphanages, groups like Right to Life who save the lives of babies, and so on. Just so we don't leave anyone out, for those who like multiple sex partners, September should be Polygamy Pride Month. There are also those who enjoy sex with animals, bestiality. What about pedophilia? There are minors who enjoy sex with adults. And I guarantee you, if we continue on this slippery slope, pedophilia will be legalized.
Oh my God. Can I have? She's speaking.
Ridiculous, isn't it? Very ridiculous. By the way, the statistics on the proclamation pertaining to the risk of suicide do not agree with the National Institute of Mental Health. In closing, I quote again from Thomas More, Lord Chancellor of England, when a statesman or a councilman or mayor forsakes his own private conscience for the sake of his public duty, he leads his people on a short route to chaos. A short route to chaos. A 2-week route to chaos. I urge Mayor Garola and this council to rescind this proclamation and to make the necessary changes so the mayor can have council member support on future proclamations. Thank you.
Kathleen Adams, Springville, Mayor Grola, council members. I believe that elected members of the government should listen to the voters who elected them. This is a democratic country, and thus majority rules. If another city or country chooses to follow certain trends, so be it. I deliberately moved to this small town to raise my children in a small town environment with small town values. Had I wanted my children to grow up with the latest new age ideas and ideals, I would have lived elsewhere. That's the beauty of our country. You can live and work anywhere and freely move from one place to another without restrictions. Please rescind the June proclamation or replace it with one more representative of the citizens of this town who elected you.